slammed what she calls Russia's violation of Romanian airspace by a drone. She's called it unacceptable that the sovereignty of an EU member state has been violated. She's emphasized that this threatens regional security. She has in fact also gone on to stress upon EU's full solidarity with Romania. Kallas has also confirmed that she's been in close contact with the Romanian government. Remember earlier, Romania's defense minister had reported that radar systems detected a Russian drone as it approached Romanian airspace, and two F-16 fighter jets were scrambled to intercept it. However, the Romanian jets did not down the drone, as they claim it eventually turned back towards Ukraine. Now, reportedly, the drone had crossed into Romania, penetrating about 10 kilometers into Romanian territory. It remained in NATO airspace for roughly 50 minutes, I beg your pardon, according to Ukrainian President Zelensky. Meanwhile, in response, the Russian embassy in Romania has labeled the drone incursion as a provocation by Ukraine after Moscow's envoy was summoned by the foreign ministry over the incident. Meanwhile, Russia's ambassador to Romania, Vladimir Lipayev, has rejected Romania's accusation that Russia was responsible for the intrusion and has called it unfounded. Still with us on the broadcast is Professor Toleraya. We've seen similar such claims even being made by Poland. In fact, NATO troops are being mobilized from UK, France, Germany as well. They're calling it Operation Eastern Sentry. Volodymyr Zelensky is now claiming that Russia wants to expand this war, and therefore it is necessary for NATO countries to come together and secure the eastern flank of Europe. Do you think this war could protract in the future?
I think it's exactly the case where we should ask ourselves who profits from this. Zelensky crystal dream is to have NATO involved into his conflict with Russia. So he would do everything possible, every kind of provocation to involve NATO into hostility with Russia. First, let us look at the Romanian case. A drone came close to the border and then it came back to Ukraine. Why do you think it's Russian? Maybe it's, I don't know, North Korean or Chinese or from Mars. How do you know that it's Russian? It came from Ukraine. It got back to Ukraine. How do you know it is Russian? And then you pronounce very hasty and irresponsible statements by the top official of EC. I think it's very biased and not responsible behavior. I don't know about the Polish case, although there has been no confirmation that that has also been indeed the Russian drones. If it were, that would have been a sad mistake. But I don't think, well, it should be proven and investigated. This is the thing. This is what should be done in a responsible, by responsible statement in the such a tense situation. Not condemning somebody without any grounds and trying to raise the tension that could lead to a real war conflict. I think this is absolutely irresponsible.
One last and final question. Donald Trump, even while mooting for a trilateral meeting, he's been calling for sanctions against Russia. He's made appeals to G7 nations and nations in Europe in particular to slap steep tariffs against Russia, and particularly countries that import Russian crude oil, such as China, such as India as well. Now, we do know that Europe is not just energy hungry, it's also heavily reliant upon Russian energy. So do you think European countries in this context will heed what Trump is saying?
Well, I don't think that any amount of sanctions and any economic hardship would make Russia leave its strategic goals of doing away with the Ukrainian conflict, of ending the Ukrainian conflict on the needs or on the terms which satisfies it. So no sanctions will make this purpose any closer. So we should think why Trump is threatening Russia with sanctions and how it will help Europe. If Europe doesn't get the Russian oil, there'll be another energy crisis. Russia will survive. I don't know how Europeans will do, how they would see their standard of living decline because of these policies just on the verge of winter.
All right, sir. With that, I would like to thank you for taking out time speaking to us.